Hey everyone, welcome back to the Easy English Podcast. It's Mark here.
And I'm Tiffany. Thanks for hanging out with us again, you lovely English nerds.
Wow, calling them nerds in the first minute, huh?
It's a compliment, okay? Nerds are powerful. Nerds persuade the world.
True, and that actually fits today's topic. We're talking about persuasion and debate in everyday English.
Yeah, like how to disagree with people without, destroying the friendship or starting World War III at dinner.
Very useful skill. Also super helpful for English exams, meetings, and just life.
So today we'll sound like two friends arguing, but in a friendly way, and we'll show you useful language for that.
Which is easy because we really do argue a lot.
Only because you're wrong so often.
Okay, see, we're already starting a debate.
Perfect. All right, let's jump into the main chat.
So, first thing, when we talk about persuasion, we basically mean trying to change someone's mind, right?
Yeah, not just in big political debates. It's also like trying to persuade your friend to watch your favorite show or to go to your favorite restaurant.
Or to convince your co-host that pineapple on pizza is a crime.
Okay, wait, no. Pineapple on pizza is amazing. And this is a good example. We're going to debate this now.
Live language example. So what's your claim? Why is pineapple on pizza good?
Okay, so first useful word there, claim. A claim is like your main point, your statement. And my claim is, pineapple on pizza is delicious and creative.
That's already a terrible claim, but okay, go on.
See how rude he is? Anyway, when you make a claim, you need evidence. Evidence is like reasons, examples, or facts that support your idea.
Yeah, otherwise you just sound like, I'm right because I feel it, which is not very persuasive.
Exactly. So, my evidence. 1. Sweet and salty together taste great. Think about salted caramel or chocolate with sea salt.
Okay. That part is reasonable. Sweet plus salty can be nice.
2. There are famous chefs who use fruit with meat, like duck with orange. So pineapple with ham is not crazy. It's the same idea.
I still don't like it, but your argument is not, totally stupid.
Wow, thank you for that beautiful compliment.
You're welcome. So here I can respond to your claim. Another good word, respond. To respond is to answer in a conversation or debate.
And how are you going to respond, Mr. Anti-Pineapple?
Okay, my claim. Pineapple on pizza is unfair to the pizza and the pineapple.
That's not a real argument. That's just you being dramatic.
Wait, I do have evidence, kind of. 1. Pizza already has tomato sauce, which is sour. Pineapple is also sweet and sour. So together, it's just too much. My tongue gets confused.
That's actually a pretty clear viewpoint. Viewpoint is another nice word. It just means opinion, the way you see something.
Right, my viewpoint is, keep fruit and pizza separate. Eat the pineapple later as dessert.
You sound like you want to separate them like they're in different school classes.
Yeah, fruit class and cheese class.
Okay, so in a real debate, what I do now is challenge your viewpoint.
Another key word, challenge. To challenge something means to question it. To say, hey, I'm not sure that's true.
So I could say, I see your point, but I want to challenge your idea that sweet and sour together is too much. What about barbecue sauce on pizza? That's also sweet and sour, and a lot of people like it.
And notice the language she used there. I see your point, but that's a polite way to disagree in English.
Yeah, and another one is, I get what you're saying, however, it shows you listened before you disagree.
So let's slow down and give a few useful phrases for persuading someone, then a few for debating or disagreeing.
For persuading, you can say things like, you should really try. Trust me, you're gonna love. Or, think about it this way.
Or, have you considered? That's softer. It's like, I'm not forcing you, just offering a new idea.
Yeah, very gentle. Like, have you considered doing your homework for once?
That doesn't sound gentle at all.
True, tone matters. But the phrase is soft.
Okay, for disagreeing, but in a reasonable way, you can say, I'm not sure I agree with that, or I see it differently.
Or, I'm not convinced. That's great in debates. Like, I understand your point, but I'm not convinced by your evidence.
Notice again, claim, evidence, respond, viewpoint. These are your basic building blocks.
Yeah, with just these words, you can sound very smart in meetings or in class discussions.
Okay, can we try a mini real-life debate, not about pizza this time? Something normal like, what's better, getting up early or staying up late?
Oh, that's easy. Staying up late wins. Early mornings are evil.
Okay, good. I'll take the other side. I'll defend early mornings.
So we'll show you how to persuade someone with natural English. Who starts?
I can start. So my claim is, getting up early is better for your body and your mind.
Your body and your mind and your soul and your... Okay, go on.
My evidence. 1. Most people are more focused in the morning. You have more willpower then, so it's easier to study, work out, or do important tasks.
That's a strong point, actually.
2. If you wake up early, you see the sunrise, it's quiet, no one is sending you messages, you can think clearly.
Okay, I hate that you're right about the quiet part.
So, did I persuade you already?
Not yet, but you're doing well. Notice his structure. Claim, then evidence, and he explains his viewpoint in a clear way.
Your turn. Try to persuade me that staying up late is better.
All right, my claim. Staying up late is better for creativity and for modern life.
Okay, sounds interesting. What's your evidence?
1. Some people think more freely at night. The day is finished, you don't feel pressure from school or work, so your mind can relax and be creative.
Yeah, I do feel more creative at night sometimes.
2. Many social events are at night. Dinners, parties, concerts. If you go to bed early all the time, you miss half of your social life.
That's not evidence, that's FOMO, fear of missing out.
FOMO is powerful evidence, okay?
So now I respond. I might say, I understand your point, but I don't think it's reasonable to stay up late every night, especially if you work early.
That word reasonable is good. Reasonable means something makes sense. It's logical and fair.
Yeah, so if I say, it's not reasonable to stay up until 3 a.m. on a work night, I mean, it's not a good, logical idea.
And here's how I'd challenge that. I agree that 3 a.m. is too late, but I think it's reasonable to be a night person and still be responsible.
Nice. See how she used, I agree that, but I think? That's a classic pattern. Agree with one part, then present your different viewpoint.
Yeah, this way you don't sound aggressive. You sound balanced. In a debate, that really helps to persuade people who are listening.
Let's talk for a moment about tone and words that sound too strong, because that can make your argument less effective.
Yeah, some words make people defensive, and then they don't listen to you anymore, even if your evidence is good.
For example, saying, you're wrong, can sound a bit hard. Instead, you can say, I'm not sure that's correct, or I see it differently.
Also, that's stupid is just, no, don't do that. It's not just rude, it also kills the conversation.
Unless you're talking to your brother, then maybe.
Even then, maybe not.
Another important thing, sometimes in debates people say, that's unfair, and they don't explain why. It's better if you give reasons.
Yeah, like instead of only saying, that's unfair, you can say, that's unfair because you didn't listen to my evidence, or because you're judging one group more harshly than another.
Exactly. Give a clear reason so the other person knows how to respond.
Okay, can we do a little role play of an unfair argument and a more fair one?
Sure, let's do it. I'll be the unfair one, because why not?
Very natural for you.
Wow. Okay, scene. We're roommates, and I want you to clean the kitchen.
Very realistic already.
I might say, you never clean the kitchen. You're so lazy.
Ouch. That feels really unfair. And also, it's not even true.
Exactly. So here's the problem. You never clean is too strong. It's probably not correct. And calling you lazy is attacking you, not the problem.
If someone talks like that, the other person usually doesn't want to listen or change. They just want to defend themselves.
Now, the more fair, more persuasive version could be, "Hey, I feel like I've cleaned the kitchen a lot this week. Could you help more? Maybe you can do it tomorrow."
That's much better. You're not attacking my personality. You're making a reasonable request with a clear time, and you're using "I feel like," which sounds softer.
A really useful structure in English is I feel, when, because. For example, I feel stressed when the kitchen is dirty because I can't relax.
Nice. That gives your viewpoint and your evidence at the same time. It explains why it matters to you.
And if you hear that, it's easier to respond in a kind way, like, "Okay, that makes sense. I can clean tonight."
So persuasion is not only about winning. It's about understanding each other and finding something that works for both sides.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't fully agree, but you accept the other person's viewpoint and move on.
Speaking of not fully agreeing, let's talk about phrases for half agreeing, because in English, that's super common.
Right. We rarely say, "You are 100% wrong and I am 100% right." Instead, we say things like, "I agree with you up to a point."
Or, "I agree with you about X, but I'm not sure about Y." For example, "I agree with you that mornings are quiet, but I'm not sure they're better for creativity."
You can also say, "I see where you're coming from." That means, I understand why you think that, even if you still don't agree.
Yeah, it's a really friendly phrase. Like, "I see where you're coming from, but from my experience, it works differently."
Let's do a quick debate about online learning versus in-person classes using these half-agree phrases.
Ooh, yeah. I'll defend online learning because, surprise, I love staying at home in my pajamas.
And I'll defend in-person classes because I'm old and I like real classrooms.
Okay, my claim. Online learning is more flexible and better for busy people.
All right, what's your evidence?
1. You can watch lessons anytime, pause them, take notes, go back, so it's easier to fit into your day. 2. You don't waste time in traffic or on the bus.
I agree with you up to a point. The flexibility is great, and I really like not sitting in traffic.
But
I'm not sure it's always better. My claim, in-person classes are better for motivation and connection.
okay, I see where you're coming from. What's your evidence?
1. When you go to a real class, you see other students working, and that can motivate you. 2. It's easier to make friends and practice speaking face-to-face.
Yeah, I agree with you about the social part. It is easier to connect in person. But I still think online is better for shy students because they feel safer.
That's a good challenge to my idea. And yeah, this is another example of, I agree with you about X, but...
Also, notice how we're not shouting. Debate doesn't mean fighting. You can be calm and still have strong opinions.
Yeah, we're saving the shouting for the pineapple pizza issue.
Obviously.
Something else that's really important in persuasion is asking questions, not just talking.
Yes, questions can gently push or guide the other person to see something new. It's more effective than just repeating your claim louder and louder.
For example, instead of saying, "You're wrong, online classes are lonely," I can ask, "Do you ever feel lonely in online classes?"
And then I might think about it more deeply, and maybe I'll answer, "Yeah, sometimes." And then I'm a bit more open to your viewpoint.
Exactly. Good persuasive questions start with what, how, or why. Like, "Why do you think that?" Or, "How would that work in real life?"
But be careful with your tone. "Why do you think that?" Said in an angry voice sounds like, "You're stupid."
Yeah, maybe say it more like, "Oh, that's interesting. Why do you think that?"
So, here's a real example. Mark, try to persuade me to read one of your boring business books.
They are not boring. But okay. My claim. Reading this business book will help you with your podcast and with life decisions.
Already sounds like a big promise, but go on.
My evidence? The book has practical tips on how to plan your time and your projects. It also has real stories from people who changed their careers successfully.
Okay. I'm still not very interested. How do you challenge that?
I'd ask you a question. What's something you want to improve right now with our podcast or your work?
I guess I want to be better at planning our episodes so we don't record at the last minute, like today.
Very real. Then I can respond, okay, that's exactly what this book helps with. It shows a simple method to plan projects step by step. Would you be open to trying just one chapter?
Ah, that's smart. You connect the book to my problem, and you only ask me to read a little, not the whole thing.
Yeah, that's another tip. In Persuasion, give small steps, not huge ones. Just read one chapter is more attractive than read this 400-page book.
Same with lifestyle changes. Wake up 5 minutes earlier is more reasonable than wake up at 4 a.m. every day from now on.
Tell that to all the internet gurus.
For real.
Another situation where you use debate language is job interviews or school discussions. You might need to defend your ideas or your past choices.
Yeah, like if the interviewer says, I see you changed your job after 6 months. Why? They're kind of challenging your past decision.
And there, you can use the same structure: claim, evidence, viewpoint. For example, I left that job because I realized I wanted more chances to grow. My evidence is that there was no training and the tasks were very basic.
Then maybe add, I think it was reasonable to look for a place where I could develop my skills. That word reasonable again makes it sound calm and smart.
Yeah, and you can show that you listened by saying, I understand your concern, before you respond.
By the way, if someone challenges you and you don't know what to say, it's okay to pause. You can say, that's a good point. Let me think for a second, and take a breath.
Yeah, silence can feel scary, but it's better than saying something you don't mean, or getting angry and saying something unfair.
Also, if you change your mind, that doesn't mean you lose. You can say, you've persuaded me, or you've convinced me. That shows confidence, actually.
So, have I persuaded you to wake up earlier yet?
You've persuaded me to think about waking up earlier. That's already big progress.
I'll take it.
All right, before we move to the vocab recap, I want to give one more little tip. In English debates, I feel and I think are softer than this is.
Yeah, like pineapple on pizza is wrong sounds stronger than I think pineapple on pizza is wrong. The second one invites discussion. The first one sounds like a law.
Same with it's unfair versus I feel it's unfair. The second one is about your feeling, not some big truth of the universe.
So if you want to keep the conversation friendly, use those softeners. I think, I feel, in my view, from my viewpoint.
Nice connection to our keyword viewpoint there.
Oh yeah, didn't even do it on purpose.
Okay, let's do a quick and playful vocab recap so you remember the most useful words and phrases from today.
Yeah, time for the recap game. I'll say the word, you give a quick meaning and maybe a tiny example. Ready?
Born ready. Go.
First word, persuade.
Persuade means to make someone change their mind, usually by giving good reasons. Example, I tried to persuade Mark to love pineapple pizza. It didn't work. Yet.
True. Next, claim.
Claim is your main statement or opinion in a debate. Example, my claim is that staying up late is better for creativity.
Evidence.
Evidence is the support for your claim. Reasons, facts, or examples. Like, my evidence is that many artists work at night.
Reasonable.
Reasonable means something makes sense and is fair. Example, it's reasonable to ask your roommate to help clean the kitchen.
Challenge.
Challenge means to question an idea or say you don't fully agree. Example, I'd like to challenge your viewpoint about online learning.
Unfair.
Unfair means not equal, not just. Example, It's unfair to say someone never helps if they sometimes do.
Respond.
Respond means to answer. Example, how do you respond when your friend says your idea is stupid? Hopefully, you stay calm.
And our favorite, viewpoint.
Viewpoint is your opinion, how you see something. Example, from my viewpoint, pineapple on pizza is art.
From my viewpoint, it's a mistake, but that's okay.
Debate forever.
Let's also quickly review a few useful phrases for polite disagreement and persuasion.
Okay, for polite disagreement. I'm not sure I agree with that. I see it differently. I'm not convinced. And I agree with you up to a point, but...
For softening your opinion, I think, I feel, in my view, from my viewpoint, all of these make your claim sound softer.
And for persuasion. Have you considered? Think about it this way. Would you be open to? Those are nice, friendly ways to persuade.
Also, the magic pattern. I feel, when, because, very helpful for explaining why something feels unfair to you without attacking the other person.
For example, I feel stressed when you interrupt me because it's hard for me to finish my claim. See? Still calm, but honest.
Was that a secret message for me?
Maybe, maybe not.
So, when you practice English, try to build little debates with a friend. Choose a silly topic, dogs versus cats, tea versus coffee, and practice using claim, evidence, respond, and viewpoint.
And remember to be reasonable, not unfair. Challenge ideas, not people.
Nice slogan for life there.
All right, we're going to wrap up. Thanks for staying with us and for training your English brain today.
If you enjoyed this episode, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And give us a like or a review. Those really help other learners find the podcast.
And if you want to persuade your friends to join you, share this episode with them and start a friendly debate in English.
We'll be back soon with more real-life English conversations.
Take care, keep practicing, and remember, disagree with kindness.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.